Hey, what's up guys? Midnight Club Gamer here, and you are watching some Battlefield 3 on the PC. So I said I was going to post up some more PlayStation gameplay, but I hopped onto the PC last night and did some gaming with my friend John, and we managed to get a really nice round of tank gameplay on Tehran Highway, as you see here, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity. I had to post it up. Never really did any tactics with vehicles before, so I thought it was a good opportunity to post this. Obviously in the M1 Abrams here, as you can see, and it is going to be a conquest round. I think it is the small conquest, so it's only a 3 flag layout. And we will be going through some tank tactics and mostly choosing your tank perks, having a good teammate, and how to play a tank efficiently. So I will take you through that, and it is going to be a pretty long commentary going over 10 minutes, so dig in, and here we go. So, as you can see here, I'm running the M1 Abrams, and my friend John is in the gunner seat. Always want to have a nice, good teammate when you're using a vehicle. It's going to be really effective. Vehicles are really effective on Battlefield, and they're put there for a reason. And so, yeah, Skype is going to go off here right now because my recorder records Skype sounds too, so this is going to stop in a second. Just don't pay attention to that. That is not your Skype going off. There you go, it's done now. So, always good having a good teammate. John is a great teammate to have in the tank. He gets out whenever you're getting hit. It's always nice to have a gunner that will get out. For example, when you're getting pwned by another enemy tank, it's good to have a gunner that's going to get out and repair your tank while you're getting hit. That's just good teamwork there. And he really gets a job done. And he really doesn't really think about his KD. I know sometimes he does. Everybody thinks about their KD. It's how they base a good game, but he gets out no matter the situation and tries to repair the tank to the best of his abilities, which is a really good teamwork, and he's just a great guy to have in your tank or in any other vehicle that you're using. So you'll see him throughout the game here. He's going to get out and repair the tank while I'm getting beat up by other people shooting off rockets and tanks, and he's basically the reason why we had such a great round. And as you'll see in the end, even though he got out and died a couple times from repairing my tank, he still came second on the leaderboards. Obviously, I'm going to come first just because I'm in the tank and I'm getting more kills. It's hard to get a lot of kills in the gunner position, but it's a very important position to be. Don't get me wrong on that. So, as you can see here, capped the A flag and the B flag there pretty easily with the Abrams, and now we're getting ripped by a lot of people in rockets here, and we actually almost go down. And as you see here, John dies as he's repairing, so I took it upon me to get out of my own tank and start repairing the Abrams until John can spawn back in. And as you see there, my repair tool stopped working, so I had to get back in and may as well used the Abrams while my repair tool's loading back up. But by that time, John's already repairing me once again. And on Tehran Highway, there's a lot of high and low points, and it's all about tank efficiency and tactics. So it's not a good idea to put tanks in tight situations like near buildings, near walls, near high points where enemies can get in up on walls and shoot down on you with rockets, etc. That's where you'll get into a lot of trouble. So keep your tank in open spaces. You don't want people hiding behind things, because you never know when a support guy is just going to run out around a corner. He can C4 you easily, and you're really done once you have C4 in your tank. It's really hard. It's down to split second and luck if you can get that guy killed before he hits the trigger on your tank and kills you. So, #1 tank tactic for you guys, if you're ever using a tank, try to stay out in the open. Stay away from high points where enemies can shoot rockets down on you. Stay away from buildings. Just stay out in the open as much as you can. And a lot of people, I find, it really annoys me when people are back in the base in a Bradley or something like that, just shooting from the base ambiently down on a random flag. That's not how you do it with the tank. You should be up in the front line. Tanks blow the way for the infantry to come in. They get the job done. They destroy enemy infantry with ease, and they also take out enemy vehicles a lot easier than a infantry unit on the ground. So tanks are big. They're big hitters, and as you see here, I'm going around the map, me and John, and we are just devastating the whole other team. And we do get a 3 cap here, so I don't like 3 capping, but what can you do? The other team, they're just not ready for tank warfare. So I was on top of the tanks coming at me, and the people shooting rockets at me. In Battlefield Bad Company 2, I used to love to use the Abrams and the tanks. That's the first thing I got the Platinum on, so I'm pretty efficient with tanks. I don't really have a lot of tank kills on Battlefield 3. I don't know why. I don't really think of tanks and vehicles anymore in Battlefield 3. It's just how I operate now, but when I do get into a tank, it can be pretty devastating. And a lot of people, they will only use like their cannon on a tank, but you also have that secondary weapon if you do have the alt perk on, that you can use your secondary gunner as well. So that is really important as well. If you get in tight situations, especially with a lot of infantry around you shooting at you, shoot off your cannon and then immediately switch to your cannon that you can fire off. Well, not cannon, but, you know, 50 cal machine gun or whatever it is equipped on your tank. And it's really effective on infantry. It only takes a couple hit markers and they'll be down. And it's really devastating mixed with your machine gun and a top gunner machine gun. It does a lot of work on infantry. So as you can see here, still 3 capping them. They're bringing in tanks, trying to take me down, but John's out in the back there repairing me. And right here, I missed this tank a couple times, so he gets some good hits on me. But John's in the back there repairing, and it's just no match. And I get an assist there. I think one of our teammates blows it up. But now, as you can see down in the bottom left-hand corner, they are capturing A and B right now. So this is where it's time to kick in into action. A blueberry gets into my tank in my gunner position, which really ticks me off. I hate when blueberries take the position of somebody else that was already in the tank, and they're obviously just out to repair the tank. It's just a really stupid, selfish move. If you're ever an infantry person and there's people doing work in a tank and they're getting a job done, and somebody's out repairing it because they just got out to repair their own tank, don't steal their tank. Let them have it, for goodness sakes. You're going to have ample opportunity to get into another vehicle at some point. I mean, it's Battlefield 3. There's vehicles everywhere. So just wait your turn and don't tick off somebody else. That just really aggravates me when people do that. They did it in Bad Company 2, and it was really annoying. But whatever. So, as you can see here, I was going to go up that main entrance there to go get A again. But I looked at it, and there was a lot of high points, very closed-in area. And with that flag there that the enemy has capped there, they can easily spawn. And with my tank just moving up that narrow road with the high walls there, they can just shoot rockets down over the high walls. And it's going to be a really bad area for my tank. With a good hit, they will disable my tank, and I'll probably be dead in the water. John will try to get out and repair, and they'll just pick John off, and I'll be done pretty much. So I took the long way around, went down the big long road, and as you can see here, pretty good idea. We got some people hiding out in the back there. John does some work with the gunner position and picks them off. I just get a lot of assists, but which is fine. So go back to Cap A here, and as you can see, we're basically a one-man army. We're doing a tremendous job capturing all flags, and it just goes to show how well vehicles can do on Battlefield 3. They're really efficient. If you can get good at one vehicle, I really recommend using vehicles to their full advantage. And yeah, so another important thing when using any vehicle like a Humvee or a tank or a helicopter is when you start to unlock so many attachments for the tank, think about the map that you're on. Some attachments are better on different maps than others. As you can see right now, I'm using the optical zoom, which is a great attachment. It's really invaluable on big maps because you can zoom and start ripping up tanks before tanks even see you, just because you do have that optics. As you can see here, I can position my gunner with the optics just over that fence line so I can take out the tank, and it's just a great perk to use on your tank. Obviously there are other attachments as well, like heat-sinking missiles. That's also a good one. Really devastates tanks, heat-sinking missiles do, because they have that cannon. Then you can switch to your heat-sinking missile and take them out. Like right here, it'd be good to have that, but with John behind me, it wasn't really needed. And also, tanks are really interesting vehicles. You can pivot them all around. Since they're on tracks, you can pivot them all the time. So as you saw, I was getting hit by a tank from behind, so I moved up further and I rotated the chassis of my tank sideways, so when John had to get out, he would be in between a wall and behind my tank. So I was using my tank as cover to cover him as he was repairing my tank. Always good to keep your teammate in mind. Your teammate's doing a lot for you, so always try to defend your teammate as best as you can. Means you're out repairing your tank. Position your tank so they have the best wall of steel in front of them while they're repairing. And you always got to think about your teammates. So rotating that chassis was a really good way of trying to make John as safe as possible when he was repairing my tank. And right here, they're capping C, not really important. The tickets are getting down. John gets to repair for no reason at all. Actually, we're at 100%, but whatever he wants to do, he just likes getting those repair points. And I get the final kill in the Abrams there, just cleaning up some people that were down the road. So you can see, pretty good round. Me and John are actually on top of the leaderboard. We got MVP and he got MVP too. As you see there, 16-0, so it's pretty good. John didn't go flawless, but he was really probably the most important player of the game, actually. I was just gunning people. He was actually doing all the work repairing, so he was actually the most valuable player of the game, in my opinion. I wouldn't be alive with that score without him repairing my tank, so great player. And yeah, hopefully you learned something there. It was a really enjoyable game to play, and hopefully you enjoyed some vehicle tactics. If you want me to do some more vehicles, like, I don't know, a different style of tank, or a light tank, LAV or something, put down in the comments below what your favorite vehicle attachment is. That'll be it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll be back later. Take it easy. Talk soon.